Hey everybody, it's your boy, the Tatumeister here, or yo boy, whatever. So this is gonna be definitely more of a serious video, cause, well, I mean, if you haven't told by the title and you've already heard the news recently, um, Warner Brothers and HBO Max, and they've done something pretty crazy, something that might change the future of film, and not just 2021, but going forward. Now, is this a temporary thing? I don't know, but stupid shadows over my eyes. Okay. So basically, you haven't heard the news yet. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So they've decided that going forward, for all of 2021, that every single Warner Brothers movie is going to be released in theaters, and on HBO Max the same day. How that'll work is HBO Max will release a movie when it comes out for 30 days. The theater will have 78 days, so 3 months, and then they do the normal process. Now, on paper, this seems like a great business idea. I mean, HBO Max was suffering with subscribers, so yeah, that's the pro there, is that they'll have many more subscribers now because, whoa, they have a ton of new movies going out on the service on the same day as like these big blockbuster movies that people can see. Like, whoa, why wouldn't I get HBO Max now? From a business standpoint, this is perfect, and they still make money from the box office. That's two ways they're making money. And it helps people that don't want to go to the theater because of COVID-19. So it's a win-win, you think, right? Well, yes, but this will affect the theaters, obviously, because now what this means is a lot of people might not go to the theater because, well, why would I go to the theater when I can watch on HBO Max? You know, it's like, that's where we run into an issue here. I mean, to be fair, theaters were already suffering before this happened. They were already having a lot of issues. So this is, at least they're throwing a bone out there saying, well, at least you'll get some movies. Granted, they'll be on our service for 30 days, but at least you'll get some. I don't know. Now, the question remains, is Disney, Sony, and all these other studios going to follow suit? We don't know yet. I'm assuming they will because, I mean, HBO Max had the guts to do this, like, be the first to do something like this. So, will everybody else do it? I don't know, but I'm assuming some of them will. And I just want to say, this is going to be the future of cinema and movies are not going to be the same anymore. Now, let me tell you what's going on with me this year. As you notice, I haven't done a lot of movie reviews on the channel, if at all, because, well, there's no new movies to talk about, really, that I'm interested in watching. Because the reason I did so many reviews back then in 2019 was because I can go in the theater, and that was my regular routine. I go to the theater every weekend, and it was great. You know, I loved going to the theater every weekend. I had AMC A-list, you know. I got it just for 2019 because all the movies coming out, so I got it. And it was a routine. I saw like 2-3 movies a month, and I review every one I saw. But 2020 happened, and COVID-19 happened. So because of that, I wasn't that interested in reviewing movies as much because there wasn't many I was interested in watching, with a few exceptions, like some old movies and some, you know. There were exceptions, obviously, you saw, but not a lot. The whole reason I love reviewing movies was reviewing the new ones, and, well, there's not a lot of them to do. So at least it helps me out, I guess, because, well, now I have a bunch of new movies to review. So great. Awesome. I can watch them now. But the con is the theaters, if this continues for, like, how long? I mean, is it just going to be 2021? That's the question. Or is it going to be more than 2021? Is it going to be 2022? Are all the studios going to do this as well? Because if so, we could be running into an issue here. The theaters are already struggling. You got to understand, they're close to bankruptcy. This isn't good. This isn't looking good for them. In fact, the last movie I saw in a theater was The New Mutants, and when I went there, it was pretty quiet. I mean, there wasn't a lot of people in there. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is a good thing or not. I mean, it's good to me, I guess, but how good is it? I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but let me just say that the future of cinema is not going to be. This is going to be completely different from now on. I mean, we won't. This is like a totally new thing. Like, this has never happened before in the history of, like, ever. The fact that you can now watch these big blockbuster movies at your house. Like, imagine if this happened, like, last year when Imagine Avengers Endgame. Being able to see that at your house. That's why I'm wearing the shirt, because Avengers Endgame is an important movie now more than ever, because Avengers Endgame might be the last big blockbuster movie we might ever have. Think about that. I mean, granted, there were some other ones after that in 2019, but not to that level again. Endgame really was not just the endgame to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it was the endgame to theaters. I mean, that was the last time we're going to experience something quite that majestic, quite that amazing, together in a theater with hundreds of fans. Because COVID-19 changed everything. It literally changed everything. To the point now where nothing will ever be the same again. That's just how big of a decision this was that Warner Brothers did. They pulled the plug. They changed the game. They changed the future with this move. It's an insane move. It's a ballsy move. I mean, you already heard this from news sources and Twitter and all that, but I'm just giving you my thoughts. My thoughts are, this is just nutty. I mean, this is beyond nutty. This is just, I mean, 2020 just can't surprise me anymore, but still. I just had to make a quick video about it because, oh man, at least I'll get to watch some movies again. Hooray? Question mark? Hooray? I don't know. It's very uncertain, guys. We're trudging through curious waters here. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Curious waters. Yeah, if you guys have seen on the channel, I haven't reviewed movies a lot. I've mostly been doing album reviews or random stuff or something else. But movie reviews haven't been the thing on my channel that much because there hasn't been any new movies to review. And until now, I guess, because next year will be different. But I might review Run. I don't know. Give me a sec. Basically, what I'm saying is this isn't 100% good, but this isn't 100% bad. What I mean is, there's pros and cons to this very much. It's not really a completely good thing or a completely bad thing. I can see the pros to it. Yes, we get to see the movies finally. We get to watch them no matter what. We can watch them at home if we want to. They gave us the option. But what is this going to affect in the long run is the question everybody wants to know. Are the theaters going to shut down? What's going to happen? I don't know. It's on thin ice. Will we ever experience something like Avengers Endgame again? Now, I was thinking about this today. James Cameron might be our one true savior. The Avatar sequels are still coming out. Now, granted, it'd be funny if he waited that long to the point where the theaters went extinct before he released the movies, but hear me out. Avatar 2. Whether you love or hate the first Avatar movie, you can't deny the first movie was a big box office success. I mean, it was the second highest grossing movie of all time next to Avengers Endgame. And Avengers Endgame was the only thing that beat it. For a long time, James Cameron had the crown. First it was Titanic, and then he released Avatar right after, which beat it. So, if anybody can save the theaters, it's Sir James Cameron. The James motherfucking Cameron, okay? He can do it. He has 4 Avatar sequels, directed by him, that will be guaranteed box office successes. Most likely. I mean, I'm just guessing, because Avatar made a ton of money, but, yeah. So, if anybody can save the theaters, it's Mr. James Cameron. He did it once before. He changed the game with Avatar. People don't credit Avatar a lot. Look, whether you love or hate Avatar, you gotta admit, it changed the game for theaters. It created 3D theaters. They had, when Avatar came out, and Titanic too, but James Cameron changed the game every time, but when Avatar came out, it complained completely way that theaters worked. And I have a feeling Avatar 2 is going to do the same thing, just in a different way. It'll revive the theaters and make people want to go back, and maybe make it work differently. Because I don't think James is going to be like, yeah, let's release Avatar, my sequels on streaming. No, he's not going to be like that. He worked very hard to make these movies. I mean, it took him years to make these Avatar sequels. He's not going to want to make them on streaming. No, he'll put them in the theater, and it'll get people to go. But Grant, another thing is HBO Max. People got to realize that not everybody in the world has HBO Max. It's only an American thing. So people around the world are still going to have to go to the theaters to watch these new movies. I don't think people are realizing that, but yeah, they can't really watch the movies at HBO Max because they don't have HBO Max. So yeah, I mean, some countries do. I think America and some other countries do, but not everybody has it. It's just an option for people that literally can't go, I guess. You know, if they just don't want to go, you know, the option's there for 30 days. But yeah, that's really all I have to say on this topic. It's a crazy time, let me tell you. Make sure you watch my next big video I'm going to do, which is a what if theory video. It'll be quite the treat, I must say. And this only added fuel to the fire. But let me tell you what, this year has seriously been a crazy freaking year, and I'm glad it's almost over. Granted, I have one special surprise for you coming from me and MGD. I hope you check it out. It's something musical. That's all I can say for right now. So, pick my nose. So, that's you for watching, and I hope you look forward to the 2021 slate of movies. Cinema will never be the same. Tatum Meister is signing out.